And we live, and we live, and we live. Welcome back to the Shield. Let me do something real quick, right? Before I introduce everybody, I want to welcome y'all back. We here every Wednesday. I got them sweet and low. We here every Wednesday at 5:30. We invite you to come and join in some great conversation on relationships, perspectives, and love, right? And so, why we named this is specific that you could come under the shield and you can hide all of your emotions and the things you want to hide. You can hide them under the shield. But today we're bringing them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. We got a special guest. And we're gonna bring everything out. We're gonna get everything out in the open. So let me introduce the team. All right. So we got Lim driving on the team, and he in the car today. That's King Lim. You say hi to the folks, Lim.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another day of Shield's Ministry. We're gonna have a good time today. Let's go. Let's get
Okay.
it.
And then up next we got Romy.
What's up, good people? Hope everybody doing good. If you drive and drive safe, keep your eyes on the road. Let's go.
That's only Lim. He driving and eating chicken all at the same time. And last but not least, we got Sweet and Low. They call her. They call her Sweet and Low.
Hey everyone, how's everyone tonight? Tonight's subject is going to be so interesting. You don't want to miss it, and I personally cannot wait.
Well, hey, I hope y'all got your seatbelts on because here we go. So this subject is really dear and sweet to me. Could y'all please on the panel? Could y'all put your phone on mute, please? It's a lot of background. Okay, so I got somebody sweet and dear to me, right? And I'm gonna introduce her not by doing my regular introduction, right? I'm gonna do this one from the heart, right? So ever since high school, I was cool with Jerky, right? And her big sister came around, which is our big sister. Her name is Sharice. She is phenomenal. When I say phenomenal, strong black woman, single mother. She's an AKA. She's an author. She's a life coach. She's an educator. She's a teacher. She's a mentor. She's a big sister. And this is Sharice Walker. Welcome, Sharice Walker. Okay, cool. I really appreciate that. So what we gonna do is we just gonna kick this thing off right. So and the reason I'm doing, I want y'all to buckle up y'all seatbelt, right? Please don't get offended, right? Because this one, let me give them a little background. Last week, what up, Ash? I see Ashley in the comments. Okay, so look, last week we had real conservative. We had my brother Aaron, and then we had Sean, and we talked about a man's perspective of is it too late to love? Now, this is the counterpart to this, right? This is the counterpunch. Now we got Sharice, and I was talking to her about this, and she was like, what about people walking in their own authentic self? Like, why you just can't be who you really are? So I was like, man, what does that even mean, sis? So we had this long conversation of what it means, and she don't normally do this, but she agreed to come on the show on the strength of your boy Los, and I'm extremely excited. So let me jump to the questions. So Sharice, just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about yourself, please.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sharice, and like Carlos told you a little bit about me already. That I do life coaching. That's what I do, and the life coaching I do is teaching people to be the best version of themselves and to walk into their own authenticity. If you want to know a little bit history of who I am and how I came to this point, is because my life experiences have shaped me into this as I found changed my perspective over the years, because as I was telling Carlos, people should constantly be evolving, and if you're not evolving, then you're not growing. So I don't, when I talk about, it's not something I woke up and I was just living in my authentic truth. No, it's something that I evolved to, that I grew into. And so, and which taught me a lot about myself, which comes with, I struggled with self-acceptance and often presenting versions of myself that I thought others wanted to see. It was when I became comfortable in my own skin that I was able to start walking in my own authentic truth. So,
What, take us all the way down there. We all the way in the deep water then. I mean, so
so
hold on, take us from the beginning of tell us about some of your past relationships that wasn't healthy. Take
Well,
us.
let's talk about first what wasn't healthy, and that's societal expectations and opinions of others. That's really the truth, because you end up in bad relationships because you go into relationships because of what other people think and what you think a relationship should be based on what you was taught. Because everything we know, we are taught. And then it comes a time, especially in our families. If your mother and father was married, then they taught you, then that's how you supposed to be. Get married, have a family, and do this and that. So you go to school, graduate, become educated. This is what your parents teach. This is what they groom you for, right? They teach you these things. But you on the inside, something not resonating with you. You like, this don't feel right to me.
So
So
how do you break the traditions then? Like I didn't think we was gonna go straight here. You ain't even let me ask no question, but go ahead and shoot them then, Sharice.
well,
Hey,
it's
what up,
hard
Jeff?
to. The point is, you asking how did I get here, and I'm telling you that I started from honestly the norms of the societal expectations and other people's opinions. Oh,
Okay.
you need to do this, you need to do that, and then so I tried to create my life around that to only start developing insecurities and depression because you become depressed when you don't live when you're not being yourself. It causes depression. That's why you deal with a lot of people in society are depressed, to be honest with you, is because they're not living in their truth. They're not being themselves. They're not, and that was something I struggled with. So that's how it all started, was when I was like, no, my mental health is way more important to me. And so part of my mental health was finding who I am. And once I discovered who that was through my life experiences, yes, of bad relationships, because I have had a bad relationship, and I wasn't self-aware in that relationship. So when you're not self-aware, a person can take advantage of that. So that's why self-awareness is very important in relationships. And I think the problem when I talk about authenticity is a lot of people are caught up in relationships where, oh, this is all about love and this the person for me and this. No, it's not really that. It's really about self-love. How much do you love yourself? To be honest with yourself about what you want. A lot of people are not honest about what they want in a relationship. Let's say, for me personally, I'm an unconventional person. I am not traditional by any means.
When did
But
this? Hold on, Sharice. Wait, hold on. Let me ask a few questions. Chill.
okay, ask the next question. Did I
No, no,
answer your first two?
you did. But how did this get started? So how did you go from being traditional to what big woman them say to you jumping in and say, you know what, that's traditions, that ain't me, I ain't happy, I'm depressed. When did this happen?
Okay, I was in a traditional relationship for 14 years. That didn't work. That didn't resonate with me. Okay, as I thought about it, I was like, yeah. When I got out of it, I was single for 8 years because during that time I worked on my self love, self awareness. Remember, it's back on me. It's not on nobody else. It's not what went wrong in the relationship or nothing like that. I got in that relationship because, for example, my grandma was like, "Oh, that's a nice guy. You two should be together. I can see y'all getting married. I can see y'all having kids, right?" Because that's what everybody thought. So my friends like, "Oh, that's a great relationship," but for me, it really wasn't a great relationship.
So what was bad about the relationship?
We did okay. We didn't see eye to eye. Like we wasn't compatible. We was more friends in a relationship. We can coexist together.
You mean to tell me it took you 14 years to say
Yeah,
we wasn't seeing eye to eye and we wasn't compatible?
yeah.
Give me some examples.
Why? Because I was trying to live by the Bible rules of what a relationship should look like and how a person should be in a relationship. Love is forgiving and understanding and this and that. And you're gonna go through things with people, right? But nobody tell you to work that you have to be a whole person. Nobody talks about that. Everybody talk about, well, relationships are hard and you just have to make it work, and a good woman would do this and do that, cook, clean, come home, be understanding. And no, that's a negative.
So you mean so? Tell me I love these questions. So tell me, you telling me my man wasn't satisfying your needs out of like say for example we saying 1 through 10. Where was he at with satisfying your needs or what you were
Where
looking
we
for?
going? Where we going first? Are we going when you talk about needs? What are you talking about? Are you talking
You
about?
said so. You said
I
clearly.
said we coexisted together, like we got along. We did family stuff together.
Are
We
you
went
gonna
to family
let me ask
functions,
the question? Are you gonna let
stuff
me ask
like
the
that.
question? I'm trying to get it out. right? So I'm saying you said y'all wasn't seeing eye to eye and y'all wasn't compatible, right? So I'm asking you when, like, out of a scale from 1 to 10. I'm just trying to see how compatible were y'all or were not. Like, so out of scale from 1 to 10, tell me the compatibility scale.
I say a 5. It was a 5.
So he was halfway there, and you
Yes.
wanted him to be perfect, right? Or 8 or a
No,
7.
no, 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 no. Stop. Keep going.
Okay, okay. So he was a 5, right?
No, this has nothing to do with him. See, we back to authentic. This is
I
me.
know. So
It
so
was me
listen.
not knowing
In order,
myself.
no, listen. In order for you to talk to the audience, they got to be able to understand where this came from. And I understand that there's a tremendous change in you, and I see it. But we got to be able to understand what you got out of. See, a lot of people want to jump right
Okay.
into how I'm healed, right? They want to jump right into how I'm healed and how I can heal you. And you
No,
too
I don't want to heal nobody. Okay, but let's
but you
go there.
too are a goddess. But before we get there, we got to do a little fact check, and we got to be
Okay,
able to
let's do a fact.
understand it. Right? Let's understand your misery when you were down and out with not being compatible. How you cried yourself to sleep. That's what a lot of the people in the audience want to hear, right? So could you tell me? No, listen. Could you tell me the depression part where Big Mama say y'all should get married, y'all should be together, and you looking at yourself in the mirror saying, you know what, I can't do this Bible stuff because this is all giving. No, listen, because I'm giving to him, and I'm not getting this in return. So what I'm just trying to paint the stage. Take me back there, please, and elaborate on that.
Okay. Okay. Well, then this is where it goes. If you want to get to misery, misery is we can go way back because that's where it started. It was being
That's what I asked you. That's
overly
all.
religious, overly religious, overly religious, Bible thumper. Overly religious. That was me once in a time ago. And I believe that you had to do things strictly the way that it was outlined literally in the Bible. Okay. So um when you're in a relationship with somebody and they deviate from them norms of what you feel you have the guideline to, which is the marriage outline and the relationships outlined in the Bible, right?
Yep,
Of
I
how
hear
a
you.
relationship should be, how a husband should treat a wife, right? How
Yep.
a person should treat you in a relationship, the expectations of that. Yes, but what people don't talk about is people you get together with somebody because you like them and they nice, and then you find out something like y'all not sexually compatible. But
Now
you
we
want
hit.
to be the truth.
Now
You
we
find
hitting
out
the
that you're
point.
two people not sexually compatible. So the problem in the truth in the relationship is not that the person is a bad person. They coexist, they can get along together, but then the sexual compatibility is not there.
I love it.
So
Now we
now you
going
have
somewhere.
problems in the relationship where y'all together, you won't break up, but you're not sleeping with each other.
I love it. Now we going
So
somewhere.
that puts a true strain on the relationship. And
Gotcha.
so, like I've told you before, I will never ever date anybody that I'm not sexually compatible with. Period.
So this means, let me just throw this out here just so we can be clear.
What?
So this means you went from the Bible thumper, right, to I'm supposed to have sex before marriage, to I'm gonna test drive a car before I drive any car. Is this correct?
Yeah, like I don't know.
I
Yeah,
just,
like
I just,
I'm
I
over
just
it.
want to make sure we clear. I just want to make sure we clear. See, you know,
What?
I
What?
think, I think
Yeah, I'm like,
hold
yeah.
on, listen, hold on. I see you,
I'm
Bishop.
not.
Hold on, but I see you. So me personally, what I want to do is get down to the nitty gritty before I open this thing up, so
Okay.
everybody can have something to say. So, but in order for me to do this, I got to be able to understand sex is very important in a relationship to you. Is this correct?
Yeah, of
So if we're
course.
scaling this from the
I
one,
mean, come on now. I just told you two people can coexist together, can have fun, can do friend stuff together. But what is the purpose of a man and a woman? It's companionship, right? That intimacy. And it's not just sexual, as we talked about, you know, it's not penetration, it's intimacy overall, that passion, that romance that two people have for each other. It gets to be there, or the relationship is not going to sustain itself. And if two people can't be honest with each other in the relationship, do you understand where I'm coming from?
I hear you. I
If
hear
they
you.
can't be honest with each other about their desires, their passions, and their needs and their wants, I don't see how any relationship can thrive. That's why I'm saying people need to be more authentic about what they want out of relationships. But when you ask the question of what started it, what started my this path was being in situations I didn't want to be in because I wasn't strong enough to walk away because I wasn't self-aware. That's the key that I want the takeaway to be is you have to have self-awareness about who you are.
Okay, so look, sis, I need you to flow with me really quickly, right? You've been
Okay,
doing
go.
a phenomenal job. I got 15 minutes to ask these questions, and they very important.
Okay, what's the
Important.
next?
So see if we can ask answer these questions as we move forward. Now, this one is: can you give me an example of walking in your truth and explain how you begin that process?
How I got here?
Yes. You already
Oh,
explained, you already explained the bad stuff. So now that you decided you want to make the change after being single for 8 years, tell me about that metamorphosis, the change.
well, the change happened when I hit rock bottom within myself, and I realized that I was repeating the same patterns, and that the common denominator was me. So it was then that I decided to seek therapy, focus on self growth, and learn to love myself. So that's when it started. And then I had to ask myself too, what do I believe in, and what is my purpose? What I believe in is spirituality, and what is my purpose is to serve others. That's what I'm here for.
I love it. Okay, so give me a challenging aspect of the dating world of what you see about dating now. And then the second part of this question is what is your response to some of the women on the call right now that's listening as far as some of the questions or the first impressions that you see while dating?
Well, my suggestion is with me when it comes to dating, I don't date nobody that I have no interest in. And I'm honest with people up front. I don't date people to grow on them, none of that. It's either something there or it's not. And that's for me.
So you mean to tell me, I love the King Lemuel. So you mean to tell me if you got a real good guy, he hit all the marks.
What that mean?
I'm hold on. This for my man Bishop. I love Georgia Tech. So if my man 6 feet, he got 6 figures, he got 6 inches, but he don't know how to work it right. Right? He got all the he got all the sixes. He got plenty of money. He winding and dining you. Matter of fact, y'all extremely compatible as far as spending time together, going to get ice creams. But my man can't really lay it down. He got 6 inches and it's a waste because he don't know how to use it, right? So I'm asking you all of this. I see you, Rome. But I'm just asking you all of this, and you telling me you gonna pass up on this good. Big Mama say,
Did you hear what you just said?
I said it.
Did you hear what you just said?
Come on, that's
So
a
you
question.
saying because he a good person that got all money, all
That's
this,
exactly what I'm saying. Oh, don't do that now, devil. Don't do
he
it. No, come on.
right?
No, you cut off, Sharice.
That's the right.
No, your phone cutting off. Say it
I'm
again.
sorry you didn't hear me. I'm saying
Come on, sugar.
it
Don't
has
do
that person up. It's that.
it. Okay, so we gonna have
It's
to get
not that
off.
I don't
Reese,
know
your
what's
phone
going
is
on. I
cutting
keep going
off.
in and out.
Yes, you're going in and out. You need better connection or something, or plug it
Okay,
into the charger.
hold
This
on.
this the wrong time for that. We getting it popped. Stop laughing, Jerky. Ain't nobody see you see Jerky trying to see stuff funny, man.
Oh
Come
my
on, all right.
gosh. Go ahead, jerky laugh.
No, don't
Okay.
laugh.
Is the question? Okay, go back. I don't have, it ain't got nothing to do with looks, nothing to do with height, nothing to do with
I said
money.
no. Go back to your point. You said he's a good man, and
You
go
saying
ahead.
he's a good man. I mean, the other person was a good man. He just wasn't good for me. And I
So you
wasn't good for him.
so
So
you
I
mean
think, first of all, it need to be mutual. First of all, the feelings need to be mutual. So
back
if
back to back to
you
my
saying I wouldn't, if a man ain't good in the bed,
hold on, Sharice. No, back to my question. Are we passing up on a good man because he not good in the bed? Number one, and yeah, he got all the he check all the other boxes.
check what boxes for who?
You,
Who
because
just
what I
named them
mean,
boxes? There's something I wanted.
Because what I'm saying to you is,
You tell me what a good man is. Okay.
no, I'm not telling you what a good man is. I said this man got your attention. He want to talk to you, right? And my man, you gave him some attention because he's attractive. He checked all the boxes. My man, 6 feet, the six stuff. He got all the sixes, right? And I'm just asking you, although he can't satisfy you in that department, the intimacy department, I'm asking you, is this enough to bypass this good man that Big Mama say you should eventually marry?
Me and this First of all, me and him gonna have a conversation, and he already gonna know that that is a deal breaker.
I got you. See that was, you see how easy that
Period.
was? Let me go to my three. I got three more questions in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Let's do 10 minutes. Jerky, stop laughing. That's 3 minutes. Okay, so the last question is, I'm gonna have a couple questions. Let's see. Man, she threw me off. Okay, what's your perspective on dating somebody's representative? And give me the example. See, this is what I want you to hit them with. Please give me the example that you told me about with Judas. I thought that was really good. Could you give me that example?
Yeah, okay. Think somebody representative.
Yes.
I, you know what? That's hard for me because let me tell you something. When you're an honest person up front with people, 9 times out of 10 you ain't gonna get their representative. You're gonna get goodbye real quick. And what I was explaining to you when we talked about Judas is everybody have a destiny and a purpose, regardless of what we want to do. God knew your end before he knew your beginning. Judas had a purpose to serve. So everybody have a purpose. And whatever that person's purpose is, they're going to fulfill it. So that was really what I was saying. But in regards to a representative, I don't really know how to explain that to people because I just tell people who I am up front, and they be like, it's a no go.
Well, how could you, for our listeners out there, how could you tell if somebody's being authentic or not? How could you tell if somebody pump faking and they being fake or not? How could you tell, in your
Oh,
opinion?
well, for me, when I'm talking to people, they get irritated by the things that I do or I say. So it starts showing out. For example, like if I'm like, like I'm not gonna say it. If they get to talking about the Bible and all that, I'm like, I'm not into that.
Okay, all right. My last question. My last question, and then I'm gonna open it. I see Lim. This is my last question because see, she wants the smoke, and I'm gonna just go ahead and let y'all give it to her. So this is my last one. What unconventional things or ugly truths that will help you understand your partner better?
First of all, the unconventional things you talking about in relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, I mean, for some people, they date based on opinions. I feel like the best way to date is to date somebody on what you want and what you desire and your needs. So that's it. That's the best way. Unconventional to me is being straight up and honest about what you want. If you into the art of seduction, you need to let people know that. It
Okay,
just
so
to
so
give
I'm,
you an example. If
I'm
you into Beauty and the Beast and that's what you want, then you need to let a person know that you want to date for fairy tales and stuff like that. But I don't know how to put it to you no other way, but
oh, I love it because you know me. If you don't know me, I'm about to rock the boat right here. You ready, Lim?
rock it.
You ready, Bishop? Okay, so say for example, I'm a married man, and I approach you and say, look, Sharice, I find you very attractive. I find you very interesting, and I want to get to know you a little bit better, right? But I'm telling you up front that I am married. However, my marriage is a little bit rocky. However, I want to get to know you a little bit better. What is your response? And the reason I'm saying because I know what she's gonna say. So that's my response. What you gonna say, Sharice?
I'm gonna ask him how does his wife feel about that, and is she okay with him having an open marriage? So I mean, obviously that's what he out here trying to do.
Okay, so
So he being transparent and honest with me. So that's what you saying. But what about his wife?
well, we ain't talking about her because I ain't
But
even
I'm
talking
saying
about
no.
you.
I'm saying if
Okay,
you're
so
gonna be
listen, bro.
unconventional, you
If we
got to
gonna
be
be,
honest with every transparent with everybody.
I know. So you asked the question, And I'm playing devil advocate. I'm gonna play this role before I let young Lim in. And what I'm saying to you is, I don't care what she got to say because we ain't talking. Matter of fact, just to be honest with you, we on the same tip that you and your last relationship was on before you threw in the towel. So my thing is, we in the same position. So I'm not asking her. I'm talking to you. And what if he said that? And this is just me being a journalist asking good questions. So come on, what
That's an
you
absolutely good question. But you know the problem with that question is he
come on,
said is they marriage ain't good, but he wanna seek someone else, but yet he's still there.
Sharice, listen,
But what are you
listen,
asking
listen,
me?
Sharice, listen to me. You can't have it both ways, right? I'm asking you
Oh,
specifically.
so you saying because a person is unconventional that
No,
they
listen, no, listen what I'm saying. I'm gonna make it. I'm very, very clear. So
okay, get it, make
listen
it
to
be
what I'm
more
saying.
clear. I don't have no response for him.
Listen, I want you to take off your life coaching hat, and I want you to put on your non-traditional hat. And I ain't asking you to coach me. I'm saying if a man approach you that's married, is that an absolute no, or would you entertain it, and why? That is what I'm asking you. Go.
No, I'm not going to entertain him. Mm-mm.
So that ain't
No.
what you asked. That ain't what you said in the first interview. So
No, the
Jerky,
first
pull
interview
up
I
the
told
records.
you.
Look, Jerky, pull up the records.
No, in the first when we talked on the phone and
Yeah,
we talked about you told me about traditional marriages. That back in the day, traditional was a man had a wife and he also had a girlfriend. You told me that was traditional.
that's what
But
Bishop said. That's
then
according
I
to Bishop.
said it's unconventional relationships where people are in, they date multiple people, you know, the poly and the, you know, open marriages and stuff like that. That's different. Them people are authentic, they know what they want, so they going for it. But a person that's married and have another person and they don't know, that's not transparent. That's not authenticity. And that's what we're talking about, walking in your authenticity.
Okay, so come on. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and let
I
some.
ain't saying that married men and
I,
women can't date,
the
cause guess
point
what? If they open their wife cool with it and people want to do it, that's what's up.
that is not where we going with this conversation,
Then
right?
what are we? You asked me.
So let me tell you where we're going, right? We talked about several examples, and it wasn't her in particular, it wasn't Sharice, but she was talking about maybe somebody she knew, her friend. And what we was talking about is if it's non-traditional, she would appreciate the honesty. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just tell you what she told me, just so we get the party started. Oh, you had your turn. Let me now. I'm gonna tell you what you told me.
What
So,
I tell you, Carlos?
right, so this is what she said. She said it was a man that was married. He approached one of these, the girl she knew, right? And the girl said, you know what? The fact that he was so honest, I'm willing to entertain him and talk to him based off his honesty because that is what we leading with, right? And as long as I'm happy in the situation that he has going on, that should be cool for me
No, no,
because
no, Carlos. You got it a little mixed up. It was one of the friends was mad at the friend for dating the married man,
no, I know
but
that part. You
but
told
what
me
was told to her was, don't be mad at me for dating this married man, which I want to do, when you are having sex out of wedlock. That was the conversation. Because she didn't have a problem. This person don't have a problem dating married men.
okay, come on,
But
come
the
on.
other friend was upset with her for dating a married man, but yet she was having sex with a man that she ain't even married to nor dating.
And
So
what
she
was
was
your
like, who huh?
what was your response?
My response was, who are you to judge? Like, she can date whoever she wants. Married, ain't no sin greater than the next sin, right? That's what I said. That was my response. I said she could be with whoever she want to be with. And at the end of the day, you need to just be concerned about yourself and your sins. That's what I said. That was my response. I didn't say anything was right or wrong. I didn't say I was for it or wasn't against it. What I said was, who are you to judge her?
I
If
love
you
it.
spend more time worrying about yourself, then you wouldn't have to worry about nobody else. You too concerned about what she got going on over there, and what she got going on might be her destiny and her purpose, whatever y'all want to call it, home wrecker, side chick, whatever. That might be her purpose, and she living it, and it resonates with her, and she like it. It's the person over here that don't like what she doing. That's what I said. And I said, once you start living in your own damn truth, because you sitting out here dating people, you dating somebody, ain't married, talking about you a Bible thumper, and people living out of sin, but yet you doing the same thing, just different. That's what I said.
I know I heard you. Come on, Lim, man. I'm gonna just take the chains off. Come on, Lim, and you next, Bishop. Come on,
No,
Lim.
no. You should go Bishop first. I'll go after him. Go Bishop first.
Ooh. Well, whoever,
Woo!
come on.
Y'all go Bishop first. Come on, Bishop.
Y'all trying to get me in trouble. I mean, I don't even know where to start.
No, hey, you been prepared for
Sir,
this moment, Bishop. Come
he
on,
said he wanted to. Come on, listen. Carlos been trying to railroad me. Let's go.
Y'all covered too much information. I had a couple of things, then y'all went on to some other things, and I don't even know where to start.
pick one, Bishop. Pick one so we can go on to Lim. I don't see wrong, but go ahead.
Well, at first I thought she said she was a Bible thumper, but she doesn't like Bible
No,
thumpers.
she used to be a Bible thumper, is what she said.
But she's not a she don't like the religion thing now.
She said she came to the truth, and now she's spiritual, and she walk in non-traditional traditional
You
truth.
can't even get it out because it ain't what you
Out
believe.
of love, non-traditional truth, and she a goddess. But go
I
ahead.
said, no. I said, yeah, I live in my spirituality,
I
the
said
death of
that.
the ego. I
I
don't live in
said,
the ego.
go ahead, Bishop.
Well, I mean, she was. I guess the sexual part I wanted to.
Of course.
That's a big deal for me. Come on, bring it.
No, where she was saying the guy has to bring the fire, and I think that's the problem in a lot of these relationships now. We're all over sexualized, and we have all these partners in our early 20s, and then when it's time to find a partner, we're looking for that one that hit it right, and not only does he have to hit it right, but he has to have all the other stuff. That's why guys are cheap.
Is that a question?
That's
No,
not.
let him finish, Sharice. Go ahead.
No, I was trying to answer. Okay.
Oh no. Oh, what was he going to answer?
No, because you said over. I thought you was going piggybacking on something I said, and you were saying over sexualizing. So I was trying to see if you was telling me a scenario. You was asking me, is it because we have people who have intimacies at such early ages, and then they can't hit it right,
Well,
or
we have too
whatever?
many. We have too many. We have too many sexual encounters with too many different people, and then when we try and meet that special, when we say we want to settle down and meet that special someone, we always in the back of our mind we know Tyrone, how Tyrone used to hit it. Yeah, look at that smile. I see, but how Tyrone used to just hit it right, and so then you meet Leroy, and he might be a nice guy and have a lot of other stuff going for him, but he just didn't have that Tyrone aspect. So I see that as an issue a lot of times in a lot of these relationships.
Thank you, Bishop. I appreciate it. So no, because that is really, really good. That's really what I was trying to say in essence. Do you lead the good guy because you want the guy that can do it all? You see what I'm saying? And that being at the top of the list. And
Yeah,
so
Carlos, what is all? That's why I keep getting. Remember, I told you, sex is not
I know,
penetration.
no, we talking about intimacy. Matter of fact, I got one better for you. Come on, Rome. So Rome, he gonna super it up better for
Come on,
you.
Rome.
Yeah, Rome
You
gonna
gonna
super it
give me the
way
real
better for
deal?
you. Come on.
Come on,
Hey,
Rome.
hey, y'all two truly like brother and sister on here, man. I didn't see y'all going at it, man. That's that shot
But
town.
it's okay because we knew this was unorthodox, and Carlos didn't railroad me. So let's go.
I did not
He
Hey,
told
railroad.
me to keep it PG, and then he trying to railroad me.
oh
I was just
no,
trying to
no,
ask
listen,
you questions.
listen, Sharice. You said that you was overly religious at one point. Like,
Yeah.
what exactly did that mean? Was you
I
quoting
was gonna
scripture?
become a nun when I was 18. That's how over religious I was. Yes.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
oh,
I had
you
joined the convent. Yeah. Uh-huh.
okay?
Yep.
Okay,
You like that?
okay.
Mhm.
Hey, so you okay? I see where
I
this
was
is
down
going.
with Oral Roberts, Benny Hinn, went to all their conferences, paid for
Oh,
them, was going to their college and university after you can tell I keep going.
okay. All right,
Joyce
so
Myers went to all her stuff, yes.
so right now, are you dating with intention, or what's your current status right now? Like you out there dating with a purpose to marry, or what's your action plan?
Did you say married? Was I dating a
Yeah,
man?
yeah. I was just trying to figure out what you on right now.
What, what I told Carlos I was on? Just walking in my own truth and finding myself. I'm not on no intentional nothing. I ain't on trying to be married. No, that's no.
Okay, so that's not part of the plan. Okay.
No.
Hey, I just wanted to see. She like
No,
no.
I
Come
mean, I'm
on,
not the
Lynn.
woman that
Man,
grew
we
up
waiting on
wanting to
Lynn.
get married and be in the white dress and all that. No, that ain't no. As I
Oh,
found myself
so,
that no, that's not my goal, my purpose.
okay. No,
Yeah.
no, I'm done. You can bring Lem in.
No, hold on, wait. Before Lim come,
That's
this
not
just
wrong. That's the only question you had for me?
No, I got some more. I got it. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna let them come in. I'm
what
gonna
do
be
you
back.
got? This is not. I'm gonna ask your
Oh
question.
my God. I mean, why I don't want to get married. That just wasn't that ain't my desire. That ain't my passion. That's why. But I'm saying like I told Carlos, we're not gonna weaponize marriage. Like that am I less than a lady because I don't want to be married?
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm asking, do that make a woman, less valued because that ain't her desire?
I don't want to be married either. So does that make me
Oh,
less?
okay. Yeah, I'm looking
I
for people.
was married for
When I look
17
for,
years.
if I am with somebody intentional, it's somebody in alignment with me and what I want and what they want. And that's what I said. Things have to be mutual and they have to align. And when I'm talking about sex, I'm not talking about penetration. And I've told Carlos that I'm talking about intimacy, being able to communicate, being able to talk about things. I told him I don't want no man with the Madonna whore complex. Treat me like your mother because I'm your wife, and then go outside sleeping with whores. That's the Madonna whore complex because they don't want to. They see their wife as this perfect person, so they don't want to do certain things with them, and then but they going outside doing it with somebody else. I don't
So,
want that.
so let me say this. Shout out to your niece. I see your niece
Your
Ash.
niece in here, hey, your
Come
niece.
through. So look, let me say this specifically, right? I don't want you to think we railroad you because this ain't us asking you questions. This is an open discussion now, right? And so
Yeah,
so I'm getting ready to let Lim in and
yeah.
gonna give us a different perspective. Come on, King Lemuel.
This statistics. Hey,
Nah, this is right. But I'm not gonna. We're not doing stats. So I have a question. What I've been listening, what I've been hearing, because I was dating this chick who sound like you.
okay.
Are you into alchemy?
Alchemy of the Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it.
Well, I mean, cause so anyway, my question: what was the tipping point when you after you went to the Joyce Myers and the Benny
Wait,
Hinn?
wait,
And,
wait, wait. I'm gonna answer that, but this is so dope. You was dating somebody that sound like me. Where's she at now?
Oh my God, she
uh,
ain't with him. But go
well,
ahead.
no, we'll talk about that. Well,
She ain't
she
with him.
started
Come on,
she
Lim.
started talking about. Well, I'll go there. She started talking about her. She's an alchemist, and basically what that meant to her, her truth was that I don't have the moral boundaries and codes that society has. Meaning, if I want to sleep with a man who's married, that's what I'm going to do, and I don't feel any kind of way about it. So that was her understanding of alchemy. So you kind of sounded like that. The social engineering that we have in the society, that right, wrong, black, white, sin, whatever. So that's where I went there. But I want to ask that question. Go back to the other one. When was the tipping point with Benny Hinn when you had your last moment? You was like, to hell with this. I'm out. When was it?
Okay. The tipping point for me was when I told you when you over religious, you can become extremely depressed too because you start. I'm doing this right. I'm doing this right. I'm following this. I'm doing what this say, and then you don't see no growth, no nothing in your life. That was the tipping point for me. Like I was like, this ain't working. This ain't working for me. So I started trying different things, and guess what? I started prospering in them things. So that's when it was the tipping point for
Interesting.
me. So the tipping
That's
point for me was to walk. Let's say I'm walking, doing this, walking right, but I ain't reaping no benefits of that. And then when I transition into spirituality and working on myself and taking responsibility for myself, then that's when I start seeing growth. And through that was me, Deepak, meditation, spiritual, going to spiritual, being around other spiritual people, and that resonated with me. It aligned with me. It might not resonate with everybody else, but it aligned with me. But to answer your question, on the other hand, hint, hint, I do have boundaries, healthy boundaries. And just because I'm unconventional don't mean I sleep with any and anything. So that's a no. Can no man just walk up to me because I'm free spirited, or people take pretty things and make them ugly.
Mm.
And that's what I try to tell Carlos. Like, it's a lot of people out in the world that have different perspectives, different point of views in life, but they treat people good and they do right by people. I have good intentions and I do right by people. So no, I don't just go out here and sleep with anybody just because I have an unconventional way of thinking and things like that. No, no, no.
Question. This is another show, but I'm
That
gonna
is
ask it
not
anyway.
my.
Question. Question. So, do you believe that the pastor of the churches are living the life that the parishioners should be living, and that's the
Say
life
that.
you? Do you believe that when you talk about the Benny Hinn's, the Joyce Myers, the Bishop T.D. Jakes, do you believe they're living the life that the parishioners want to live but never quite get there? And you saw that there was going to be a limit to your prosperity?
Yes, I did. Because you see them growing and growing, you pouring your money into them. Let's say, example, had a friend, she couldn't pay her rent, and they told her she didn't tithe enough.
I see. I got you. Now
And
I know where
then
you at. I got you.
right.
So,
All right,
so
So
I got
yeah.
you.
listen. We not bashing religion. This is not the point, right?
No, no.
No,
I'm
I
trying
know.
to
I'm just asking
understand.
Hold
questions.
on. Listen, y'all
Yeah,
gonna let me talk, right?
yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is, I don't even know how we got here. We was talking about walking in your authentic truth and being able to be authentic, right? And so I get it. Even if that's what initiated it with, which is religion, we talking about our audience want to hear. We got questions that we want questions to be asked. I'm gonna let Lo. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns, or do you want to read some of these questions? No. Okay, so Lo ain't got nothing to say with this one, right? And so what we'll do is we'll read some of these questions.
Come on.
Wrong. Come on, read some of the questions that Ashley, your niece, and Jerky and LH, the other question that we have.
Oh, let me see. Let me see. Ashley put what would the ideal romantic situation look like for you in the next 2 to 5 years?
Ashley, a romantic situation for me will look like me and a person having mutual feelings for one another, communicating our wants, needs, and desires, and acting on them. Do you like that question, Ashley?
No, because what happens if they say, I was talking to Bishop, and
Okay.
so they say men don't communicate as effectively as women, right? Whether this is true or not, right? So what I'm saying is, as you are talking to this man about your needs, wants, and desires, and he feel uncomfortable based on what you like. Give you example. If you say I like it like this, he said, "Where you learn that from? I ain't never did that. I ain't comfortable with that." And so now this strikes the uncomfortable situation in the relationship where you feel like, where we going? And so that these are the things that I want you to be able to tackle.
Okay, Carlos, here's the problem for me is I'm not dating nobody like that I can't talk to or communicate with. I'm just not. I'm not dating no man that I tell I like something some way and he said he give me a response like that. We not no. I'm not no. I guess I don't know how to tell y'all. For
No,
me,
you said it.
I am straight up with them and they tell me or okay. I meet people that say, okay, I can rock with you. I align with you. We can talk. It's men out here that can communicate. They can write poetry. They can communicate. Do you hear me? They can communicate on all levels, whether it's intellectual, whether explicit, whether whatever. It's men out here that can communicate. And you're going to know when you meet somebody that can communicate with you. If a person can, I'm not dating nobody I can't communicate with. It's somebody out there that can date that kind of person and they'll be okay together. But I'm telling you, for me, that's a negative, a no.
So what if this man is the God that you were talking about, the king, the God, or
He
whatever?
can't be, because if he was, we're aligned.
Let me finish my question. Thank you. What if this man was the king, the God, or whatever, right? And he already had two wives, three wives, right?
Okay.
And hit you with the I'm man enough to take care of all three of y'all. Is that so? Because you just said he communicating the issues. He able to take care of all the needs that you wanted to. Is this is what is what?
Okay, Carlos, then yes, me and him won't have no problems.
I love it. That's what I want to
How
hear.
about that?
Come on, Ron.
Because if he all that, and he can take care, and he got a heart that can love all of us, and I don't feel neglected in the relationship, let's go.
Let's go. That's what I want to hear. Come on, Ron. What you got?
I don't see any more questions on there. So it seems like to me you have grown to be the woman of knowing exactly what you want at this point in life. It seems
Yeah,
like that's what you
I'm
said.
just self assured. That's all at this point. I'm almost 50 years old. I'm not 20 anymore. I'm not 30. I'm not sitting back letting somebody dictate to me how a relationship need to go. I'm dictating to them what I want, and they tell me what they want, and then we see if that we're both compatible and we have a deep connection. If that don't align, then you move on. Because what the problem is, we waste too much of our time in relationships that we don't want to be in. We settle, we coexist with people. And I'm not here to talk about everybody else and what they do in their relationships, because they might like it. Just because I don't like it, don't mean it ain't right. It's probably right for them, just wrong for me. And that's all I've been trying to say is I know what works for me. I know what got me to this point, and that was me hitting rock bottom in life, period. And I had to decide what worked for me, because growing up, like I said, when you grow up in places like Chicago, no, family structure, and you have to find yourself, you're going to go through a lot of things, whether it's being involved in different religions, whether it's going to school and over educating yourself. You're going to find something until you find yourself, or you're going to die, period. It's either figure out what your purpose is or die. And everybody finds something that they can resonate with, whether it's religion, whether it's unconventional, whether it's, atheists. You got people don't believe in nothing. So, but do that make them bad people? I know people that's unconventional that's bad. I know people that's in religious that's bad. So, and I know people that's atheists bad. So it really don't matter. What matters is us taking responsibility for ourselves and being honest with ourselves about what we want. And I'm not here to talk about no different women and what they do and what they believe in, because I'm gonna tell you before we end. People take pretty things and they make them ugly. Like a unicorn is supposed to be pretty, but people thinking unicorns ain't nothing but people that sleep around. That is not true. Unicorn are magical people that think outside of the box.
What I know, I get it. So let me tell you why this is important to me. This was important to me because last week we had the total opposite, right? We had all the traditional religion quoting the scripture, and as you can see, this ruffled a lot of people's feathers. Not mad, no. I mean, I'm still here because at the end of the day, I'm the one heard all of this, right? And what I want Bishop to do is come on in there, because at this point, Bishop and Lim, this right up y'all alley. Y'all always talking about what traditional relationships with, and I want my cake and eat it too. Here we go then. Go and have
You
your cake
cut
and eat it too.
you cut me off. I want to say something. I got something to say. So here's the deal. I nothing that you say, and this is the reason why we have this format, Sharice, to let you know. We want people who have opposing viewpoints to be able to come on our show and discuss their experiences, or as we say, their truth. And it nothing for me, I can speak for myself, I can speak for nobody else. Nothing you said offended me. I was just asking you a question to figure out how did you get to where you are today. That's it. Now, with that being said, um, I want to ask you, are you willing in your spiritual awakening to have multiple sexual partners at one time? I mean,
No.
not in the same bed, but we
Are you
call it
talking about like me as a woman that have multiple men?
yes, that you're
Date
having.
date multiple men?
I'm not saying no. I'm saying having intercourse with multiple men. I want to get right to it because yeah.
No, not me.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bishop.
Mm-mm. And I
Oh,
ain't saying that because we on camera. No.
I was gonna say the same thing as Lim. I'm totally with her. I mean, throughout my life, I'm in my mid 50s now, and I've came a long way. I'm totally upfront with who I'm dating. I've been married. I got kids. I don't want to get married again. So I tell people I don't want to get married. I want a life partner. I tell people men aren't naturally monogamous. I leave it at that. Not that I'm 55, so it's
No,
only
she believed that too. So touch on
I
that.
like life partners. Yeah. See, why everybody, everybody be like getting mad at me. You don't want to
No,
be married? No, but I'm okay.
Sharice, touch on the dynamics of a man nature. You were telling me he just said men is not supposed to be one woman. That's what Bishop just said. Can you tell?
no.
Can you?
I didn't say that. I didn't
Bishop
say that. I
said men
said
are
men.
naturally monogamous.
No. I said naturally,
There's a
naturally.
difference. There's a difference.
Let me. This is my point of view. If a man want to have,
They don't
okay,
really
I'm gonna
so
tell you what I told my friend. I'm sorry, y'all, that my light keep going out. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you like I told my friend, cause a lot of them, they in situations where they're with somebody, they know they cheat. And I said, you don't want to know the truth, but they know they cheat, but they don't want the person to tell them they cheating, right? But they okay with it. And they be then when they find out, they be littling and they hating on the woman when all along they knew he was cheating anyway, but they didn't want to know in reality because it's not of the norm. Societal norms say a man ain't supposed to cheat. It's wrong. It's this and this and that, right? Somebody made that up. I don't care what nobody say. People, right? Somebody made that up, right? So I tell them it's weird to me that you could be in a relationship with somebody you know cheating, but yet you got a problem with the woman that's in a relationship with a man that everybody know openly. That's a problem. That's what I be saying is like weird to me. Like that's not big, huh?
a double standard.
It's a double standard from women.
I get it. I hear you. I hear you. So
Well,
come on.
no. Let me say this. I got an answer for that. What they're battling is what they've been taught versus what their reality is, what they evolved in, and it's called cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
I know this is wrong, but yet I'm not going anywhere. And then I want my own justification for my behavior, even though I know I don't like it. So they're battling in between their own minds. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go right here to the crux of this. The sisterhood, this whole sisterhood idea, you can throw it out the window when it comes to women having sex with married men or having sex with men they know for a fact that are in relationships. That sisterhood don't matter because they don't care about that woman. They ain't thinking about that woman. They ain't thinking about her kids. They ain't thinking about whatever that situation. They're getting what they want because that's what they want. The ego wants it. If I want him, I'm gonna have him, and I'm gonna put it on the other woman. It's her fault that she can't hold her man down. You've heard this type of talk before, so we have to acknowledge that that whole sisterhood is fake.
All of it's
We-
weird because then you got the women. Well, I'm the one married to him, so what? So either way it go,
Right.
deal with the issue. Like I tell everybody, don't come for me when you know I'm not the one you committed to. So why you belittling anybody? You need to charge up the person that committed to you, that made the
We
vow to be with you.
we got a question, Sharice, from the audience, if you don't mind.
Yeah, okay.
My boy Jeff, all due fairness. What up, Jeff? Shout out to Middle Ground.
Hey, Jeff.
Right. So he said, do you think there are any Proverb 31 women out here in 2024?
Yes, they are. And that's what I was telling him when I listened to the podcast with his brother on it previously, the Christian ones. You need to align with women that believe what you believe and that walk in your faith with you. They are out there. That resonate with you and align with you.
We got another question from Ashley Fo Fo Fo. She gonna say, how do you set boundaries with those who may not understand your dynamics, right? And how deep
Do
you
you mean as far as my unconventional ways of
are?
thinking?
100%. Most people can't deal with that smoke.
Because I tell men straight up, because people think because you unconventional, like I said, you this free spirited person out here doing drugs, sleeping with anybody, woo 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 woo. They just think you ain't got no damn sense. You ain't educated. They think you a fool because you don't walk in the traditional norm way of thinking. I'm woke. You sleep, and that's what I tell them.
You woke and I'm asleep. That's
Yes, I say
you woke
you
and that's
sleep
when I'm asleep. Oh, come on, Bishop. Hey,
because
hey, Jerky said, I see one right here. I got another question. Jerky said, I ain't never seen you this quiet since the thing started. He said, she said, I ain't never saw y'all this quiet since it started, man. Y'all say y'all want the smoke. Here go the smoke. Come on. Come on, Bishop. You ain't got nothing else for. Oh,
I'll go.
come on, Lamb.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm glad she came on the show. It is a contrast from our last show. We need that, but most importantly, she's not the only one. I think here's what happens. I'm gonna tell Sharice. Maybe this is what you experience. People have a problem with you because wh- sometimes we have a tendency to want to correct people, right? Even when we need some own self-correction. So it's like, well, she's wrong. Well, how do you live like that? How you do now? Whether you agree with it or not, what my point is I can see where you are. I understand. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna say it. So the majority of the women in the porn industry, the majority of the women that's stripping, a lot of them in the porn industry, they have come from, unfortunately, this is the honest to God truth. I've read the studies. They've come from religious backgrounds. They were sexually suppressed. You know how many women in Utah, Mormon country, are in the point street, sexually suppressed, told these things about religion, stuff like so they go the opposite direction. I'll make it real simple for the people who don't want to talk about the religion. You tell your daughter, I don't want you to date little Tommy. And she's like, but I love little Tommy. And now she's sneaking out the window to go be with little Tommy just to spite you and defy you. Sometimes when we always taking and telling people no, it lends credence to them to want to do it more. Now, is that morally sound? No. Do you parent that way? Probably not. But I'm saying I can see how you can push people off into the abyss of a new reality because you suppress the things that we tell them that's wrong. So you develop a new code of ethics. What you think about that, Sharice?
yeah. I can
Yeah.
see that point of view.
You come
Definitely.
up with a whole new code of ethics. I don't
You
I
can
don't
come
I
up with
don't
a
want
whole.
to live that way. Go ahead.
Well, remember, life experiences is what mold people when they start becoming or evolving. It's your life experiences. You take it and you start developing a new way of thinking. Yes. I mean, we're only present 5% of 95%, 5% of the time.
There you
90,
go. Your stats.
95% of the time, statistics, we are like robots, the matrix. We just doing our everyday thing, going through our everyday thing. But for those of you that can use 6%, be present at least 6% of the time, you growing. You growing. You constantly growing because you're staying present. You're not operating. Have you ever drove your car and be like, dang, how did I get here? I wasn't even paying attention. Boom. That's that 95%. That's the robot part of you that took over. And that's the us that constantly live in the past. That's constantly live in the past. But us that live in the now and stay present, we're constantly evolving. We're constantly growing. And that's what we're supposed to. Like I told Carlos, it ain't about really me. I don't feel no type of way about. I don't argue with Christians about what they believe. I love and respect them. My problem is they always coming for me. I'm wrong. I'm wrong for what I think, but I sit here and love and praise them. But I tell you, when a friend boy, when I found out she having sex out of wedlock and she done condemned everybody, she called me. I said, "You want to talk to the devil now? Now you want to talk to the devil? You want advice or suggestions from the devil? Because remember, that's what I am. Because I don't live or believe what you believe.
Right.
But
Right.
then we live in a world where we're supposed to be inclusive, meaning we need to be Switzerland. We shouldn't be feeling any type of way about anybody. We should be accepting people and helping people grow into who they are, as long as it's not causing harm to other people. Me being who I am does not harm nobody. If it did, Carlos wouldn't even have me on this show.
But
'Cause
Sharice,
like,
Sharice, the reason why you make people uncomfortable is because we fear what we don't understand. Did you hear what I said?
mhm,
We fear what we don't understand, so that makes people uncomfortable. So if you grew up in the church your whole life, which I have, and someone comes with this alternative whatever belief system, that makes people uncomfortable because it doesn't coincide with what I've been taught. It don't make
right.
me uncomfortable, but I can see how people become uncomfortable because it doesn't fall in line with what they've been taught. So that I get it. Los, you wanna chime in, brother?
No, it's somebody asked the question.
So we
Oh,
got
oh,
we
sorry.
got we got two more questions before we wrap up. So what I want to do before I read the questions, I'm gonna give y'all an opportunity to have closing remarks. I'm gonna ask the questions, and then I'll be able to, exit out of here because I don't want the time to go over. So we'll let you go first, Ron, with your closing remarks.
I bet. Um, one thing I'll say, I'm gonna quote the song "Hate Me Now." One thing he said is, "People hate what they don't understand, fear what they can't conquer." And so, what I'll say is, what Sharice is on today is going to ruffle people's feathers because a lot of times people hate what they don't understand, and that's not your walk. That's her walk. So at the end of the day, my thing is that's the first thing when you on the other side of this is that's not your walk. All you can do if you so called a Christian is pray for the individual. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate the individual. Pray for the individual. You know what I'm saying? So many Christians. You know what I call them? I call them super Christians. They get offended. You know what I'm saying? But you not Jesus. You don't have a heaven and hell to put somebody in. So
Mm-mm.
you really have to do a self check and realize if you really feel like I'm offending you, pray for me. Don't go over there talking to Sister Johnson and Sister Brother this person because guess what? Brother so and so don't have a heaven and hell for me. You see what I'm saying? So I understand coming up and being on the outside looking in because when I was coming up, I had an uncle ask me, he said, "Why you don't listen to gospel music?" I said, "Man, I'm not listening to no Negro spirituals. When y'all start talking about what I want to hear, then I'll listen to it." Guess who came out? Kurt Franklin, Mary, Yolanda Adams, Marvin Sapp. That's when I started listening to gospel music. Before
Yeah,
that,
they good.
before that, you couldn't get me out of your car in a heartbeat. I catch a bus before I listen to that stuff. So don't get offended by these things. Pray for the individual if you don't agree with what they're saying. That's my take.
I appreciate you, Romy. Thank you so much. Sharice, would you date somebody that's 5'7"?
Yeah,
Oh,
if it's mutual,
what
Y'all not
about five
mutual
two?
sin. Y'all not mutual sin out of Idaho.
I'm
No, I'm
saying
just playing. I'm just playing. Okay, so next we gonna we gonna have Bishop say some closing remarks. Then I'm gonna ask your niece question. Go
okay.
ahead, Bishop.
I mean, I don't find her unorthodox. Y'all keep on saying she's different. I think she's just like a lot of these other women, except for a lot of these other women say what she says, but they say they want a Christian man and they're Christian. The only thing different is they usually want to be married. She doesn't want to get married. So other than that, everything else sounds like what I've been hearing anyway. So
No, it ain't. You just said the most women want the 6'6" sissies, and they told you. Okay. So we ain't got time for that. We'll say that for next week. We'll say that for next week because that's what Jerky said. You wrong. But your niece said is infidelity a deal breaker with a long term relationship,
No,
not marriage, but a long term relationship if they're forthcoming and remorseful. Baby,
no, I'm not. No, I'm not leaving
please
nobody.
don't go away from if they hit you with all of that.
No, I'm not breaking up with nobody because they cheated. We're gonna have a conversation
I love
and
it.
then we're gonna move forward.
I love it.
she's
Okay,
a
that
good
answers
woman.
the question. Okay, and so closing remarks from Lim.
I have one more question. Are you willing to be a sister wife?
Hey, what's up?
So let me end by saying this. Let me end by saying this.
Let me have my closing remarks. Let me have my closing remarks.
Go ahead, brother. We
Quick,
ain't
quick,
got that
quick,
much
quick.
time. Go ahead.
If something offends you, ladies and gentlemen, do self introspection to see why you are offended. That's very important. Always find out why you're offended by something. And sometimes you may figure out that, you know what, maybe it's not that thing, maybe it's something inside of you. At the end of the day, listen, people have a right to be different. It doesn't bother me, it doesn't change my life any. Bless your heart, sister. I love what Rome said. Pray for those you don't agree with. If it offends you, look within. That's what I want to say.
Okay, Sharice, what's your closing remarks? And then I'll go ahead with this big mama ism I got for you, and we're gonna
My
end this thing.
hey, my closing remarks to anybody is just do what resonates with you because at the end of the day, you the one to have to live with the choices you make. And that's it. That's all I have to say.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Sharice, for being woke. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for enjoying. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this,
Where the
right?
after party?
So Big Mama used to say, I gotta hit you with the Big Mamaism. So Big Mama used to say, pay or mind the business that pay you, right? And I want to use that one right here. Because what I want you to do is understand that just because we didn't have an episode that we had last week about toting the Bible and quoting scriptures, and we had somebody that was able to walk in her truth and she knows what she wants as a woman, I say kudos to that. I'm always gonna give encouragement, and Big Mama would say that as well. It's none of my business. But at the end of the day, I think she makes us better because at the end of the day, all women are not the same. So you might see somebody like Lo, you might see somebody like Sharice, you might see somebody like Ashley, your niece, and Jerky, and they all are different. If we all go and see a accident at the stop sign, we all gonna have different versions of this accident. And the premise is for you to understand each other, being able to love. If you are feeling convicted with whichever is happening, you should be able to then feel bad, go and apologize and pray, like Rome said. So I really appreciate you, Sharice. Big Mama, be so proud of you being able to speak in your truth. Thank you so much. Until next time. Next Wednesday, 5:30, we'll see y'all then. Love y'all.